I'm with Riona McGrath. She's commercial head, Britain and Ireland for Travelport, newly promoted. Congratulations, Riona. It's a huge achievement. And I want to talk to you about what's happening across travel in the aftermath of the COVID-19 crisis, which befell us all last March. You have very, very good data streams, lots of information coming at you. And the first question, and the one that everybody wants to know, is what is the market doing out there? What visibility do we have for what's going to happen over the next 6-9 months and into summer of 2021?
Absolutely. So we are seeing signs of recovery in different areas. So, if you go far afield, we start off in the United States. Domestic travel is increasing and it's getting really, really strong again. We move back through Asia. It's a slow but steady upward trajectory of recovery. Then you come back into Europe. You've got, what we call domestic or intra-Central European travel across Spain, Italy, France, Portugal, those markets. We're seeing that recovery. It is slower in Ireland, and that is due to the fact that we are an island nation. We know what restrictions our governments have put in place in terms of travel, but there are glimmers of hope appearing. Our volumes get better every single week, and airlines play a massive part in this. Hotels are playing a massive part in this. So it is impossible to predict exactly what the future will look like, but at the moment that demand is ever increasing every week, and it's now upon us as an industry to reinstill that confidence in travellers, to get that conversion back up and running. So we see the demand coming in, and it's really, really nice to see. There's green shoots of conversion there. It just needs that little bit of extra push, and we need ourselves as an industry to push that conversion through. I think, again, we don't know for certain, but some days it's business will recover sooner, but now it's looking like that leisure travel will come back stronger, because that urge to travel is coming again. I know myself, I'm dying to get on a plane to see my customers in the UK. I'm dying to get out and about, but I also really need a holiday. So, I think it'll be a 50-50 split between the two as we enter into 2021, and that conversion is ever growing, which is great to see.
Now, there are two big worries about 2021. First, will the inventory be there from the side of the airlines? And will we have the routes and the options that we had before? And the second one is, will there be new bookings there? Because quite a considerable amount of the trade will be dealing with effectively phantom bookings, which have been transferred from 2020. Any insights into that Travelport can offer? Because, as I say, you've got a lot of data moving over and back through your different platforms.
Yeah, so we saw a lot of cancellations in 2020. So any new bookings we're seeing into 2021, some of them are a shift, yes, but some are new bookings. In terms of what we're projecting, we haven't settled on a number just yet. That inventory question is really interesting, though, because how easy is it for an airline, and we'd need one of my airline colleagues here to answer it, but how easy is it for an airline to bring back inventory into their portfolio? So we know British Airways have reduced some inventory, just for example. How easy, if that demand surges all of a sudden, can they bring it back in, and how easy is it to do that? But in terms of our own, ability to be flexible, that's all there. We're kind of poised and ready to take full advantage of it when the travel returns. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens with that inventory and that availability going in. But I would have faith that, if that demand surges, airlines will bring back that capacity, because why wouldn't they? And in terms of we have learned to adapt as an industry. Sadly, furlough schemes and everything have come into place, but we're now seeing that as demand comes back in, we can bring those people back to work. It'll be the same with capacity. As you need to decrease it, it goes, and as you need to increase it, it comes back.
One of the things that Travelport has been doing, they've been very busy doing during the entire crisis, has been gauging consumer sentiment. And what are you getting back about the new post-COVID flying experience and the expectation of both the business customer and the leisure customer, the leisure consumer? What are they looking for? What are the things that the industry should be watching to provide to people to entice them back into the air?
Information. what do I need to do? How will I do it? What will happen when I'm at the hotel? What will happen on the aircraft? It's information. That's all that it's about. Now that's not to say, Eoghan, I think this is an addition, right? So it's not that the traveller expectation is changing completely, it just needs more. So we're still going to have to provide multi-source content. We're still going to have to provide choice. We're still going to have to provide all of the information and allow the consumer to choose what cabin they fly in, all that type of stuff, which we can do. Brilliant. Now it's addition, it's information. What do I expect when I get on the aircraft? What to expect through the airport, and managing this consumer experience and expectation is going to be really, really important. During COVID, we launched our COVID app, right? So during the booking flow, an agent has access to, for example, what are the restrictions in Spain? You're flying to Barcelona. What are the restrictions in Spain right now? So then you can tell your customer what to expect when they get there. Okay, so there's a 2 meter rule in restaurants. You have to wear a mask, all these different things. So we've pulled this information from a source and we've pushed it through the booking flow because that's what consumers want. They want to know what to expect. It's so different out there now. We need to manage that experience expectation and the fear, right? We know the customers are worried and they've got so many questions. We have to give them the information. So that's honestly what's next. So previously we were all about choice, we were about price, we were about all these different things. Now there's an extra element to this. And we've always been about the end-to-end experience for the traveller. So from booking to return on booking, I mean not return on journey. So now there's an extra element we have to cover. So it's a great way. So we've enabled agents to provide this information, which is fantastic, but now it's about gathering more and more information and making sure that all elements and all suppliers are providing that information, whether you're a hotel or an airline or an airport or a train. What you need to tell us what the customers should expect, and then we'll push it through to the customer, and that will then help us to bring back that consumer trust again.
You had two important launches during the coronavirus crisis, the health and safety tracker, and then you had the COVID-19 plugin. That's exactly what those two add-ins were for, is to answer questions, because it is quite complicated with different EU countries and different countries worldwide all putting in policy and then changing them overnight.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I was so proud of both. And the SmartPoint plugin, right, COVID-19 restrictions in market, that's not something that a travel agent has ever had to do. And I suppose that's the importance of travel agents, that they are experts, right? They're experts in their field, and that's why the consumers use them. So we had to really quickly give them more information that is totally new information, never really been utilised before because it never existed. And we had to get it to them quickly, which was, as I said, earlier, there's some elements of travel that never stopped. Energy and marine, oil rigs, all those people were still travelling. Oil rigs still need to be maintained. So it was so important to get this out quickly. So we found an amazing partner. We pulled it through APIs, and now it's through this SmartPoint plugin. And the same with the airline health and safety tracker. It's capturing world's largest airlines and just sharing that safety measure or all of the safety measures that are being undertaken by those airlines, and they're free, which is, now is not the time to start whacking on fares. It's more about managing that consumer, and again, I keep going back to it, it's consumer trust. Have faith in travel again. You are safe. Here's what to expect, and that safety element is so important.
Life goes on. The next generation platform was being developed. This predates the crisis. What can we expect?
Oh, the world's worst kept secret. So yeah, we haven't stopped building towards our next gen platform. There's so much more to come, and I'm just so excited to launch it to the markets, to the UK and I. It's going to be a game changer. It's really just what we've been building up to over the last 18 months to 2 years. And now with our new leadership, and we've just recently announced refinancing from when we went private, our investors and equity investors have refinanced. We've got more liquidity there to do what we need to do and be agile, and we're super excited about it. So, it's all about content, right? So it's end to end for NDC content. It's going to be an aggregation of everything possibly in terms of content, everything possible that's out there. And I'm really hoping to be able to maybe work with you, Eoghan, over the next couple of months to leak out what we can in terms of announcements over it. And in early 2021, it'll be a really exciting year for us. The team are so excited about it as well, and I think it's been a great motivator during these uncertain times, knowing that Travelport have that investment from our investors. We have the loyalty of our customers to work with us, and we've been unable to share a huge amount of detail, but you can tell I'm pretty excited about it. And it's been a great motivator for the team to keep focused on something super positive. So yeah, stay tuned, and I'll really be able to talk about the better retail capabilities, content, and just adding that value of trip, and of course incorporating in everything I spoke about around the safety elements, the COVID app, all that information sharing, so that we will be the best aggregator of content, managing that end-to-end traveller experience. So I'm really excited.